No doubt.
What a time to go to Switzerland, huh?
It's going to be a point of conversation, to be sure.
Absolutely. I read a line saying, why do people go to Davos? Well, people go to Davos because people go to Davos.
Yeah.
Great place to go and network, not to mention ski, if you can find some time between the parties and the PowerPoints, if you will. So a lot of people showing up for these 3 or 4 days until Saturday. It runs from tomorrow through Saturday.
Right.
More than 40 world leaders, including Engle, Merkel, Francois Hollande, and then business leaders as well, Bill and Melinda Gates.
Li Keqiang is showing up.
Li Keqiang, that was another one, of course. The Chinese premier will be there. China, yes, will be at the forefront of discussions, but really what the Swiss National Bank did on January 15th will probably have wide-ranging ramifications in all discussions. We had an interview with Klaus Schwab, the head of the World Economic Forum. He said, yes, deflation is a big issue, of course, what's happening in Europe, in the Eurozone, and also what we're seeing in Japan. But he said also the SNB move last week has multiple reverberations around the world. Let's hear from Klaus Schwab.
Today, and such a new phenomenon, with the complex world, we do not always know the unintended consequences of decision making. Look at the Swiss National Bank. I think they didn't know all the consequences the decision will have. So I would say Europe is at the forefront, but of course there are concerns related to China, even if I'm personally optimistic about China. So we should not just focus on one single issue. We are in a world of multiple challenges.
Interestingly, Mr. Schwab said, you know, of course, while the world was shocked by the move by the SNB, he said he predicted it 2 days before that move came because he saw what the ECB would likely do coming up in a couple of days, and that is unveil or unleash, if you will, quantitative easing in the Eurozone.
I mean, in hindsight, a lot of people are slapping themselves in the head thinking, it was obvious. Why didn't we all see it? In any case, of course, these unintended consequences, not only from SNB, but also there are a lot of other reverberations globally. What else is he talking
There are
about?
reverberations also, of course, in Europe. We have to look at other currencies that have this euro peg that are not part of the euro. Denmark out overnight with a surprise rate cut. They are trying to cap the gains in their currency. The krona, or the Danish crown, of course, also quashing speculation that they would follow in the footsteps of the franc and remove that peg. A spokesman for the central bank saying, absolutely not. That's not what we're going to do. Okay, the krona is not the same thing as the franc, which is a reserve currency in the world. I think the Danish crown had less than 1% of FX trading globally in 2013. So it's not a significant player. But the contagion, the natural questions that we would all have, would Denmark follow and would others follow? So another unintended consequences. People like you and I who might go to Davos, well, we're not going to Davos, and go skiing, right?
Right.
All these resorts in the Swiss Alps, Zermatt and others, you know, they've been banking all their winter, you know, projections based on certain intake of Swiss francs. Well, the Swiss franc is appreciated so much, it's a lot more expensive for people to go skiing there. So do the Swiss Alp resorts give discounts and start honoring prices that were quoted in perhaps euro and taking losses on that, or do you charge the prices of what the franc is trading at right now? So it's a lot more expensive to go to the Swiss Alps. It wasn't cheap in the first place, Angie.
Absolutely, but it's access to power, which is
absolutely
exactly why
people go to Davos because people go to Davos.